Today I'm making a very rich and flavorful bitter leaf soup, taking the traditional way with cocoyam. If you love authentic African dishes, you'll definitely love this. Yeah. So here we have some bitter leaves. I've not washed it. I actually plucked it from my farm and I left it to dry. Yes, I've not washed it. It's still very, very dried and very bitter. You can't use this like this. You can't use this like this. You see, it's so dry. I plucked it, and the next thing I have some onion, some pepper, some crayfish, some cocoyam. Yeah, some fish and some stockfish. Some meats, some cow skin, and not forgetting oil, red oil. We usually use this to make our soup. Okay, sit tight as you follow the process. This is a very, very traditional soup and
So we
it's
start
so
with
yummy. It's so yummy.
cleaning the
So first I had to prepare the beef. I'm
very
using
essential.
beef. You can
This
use
part is very essential.
whatever protein you want to use, but for this recipe I'm using just beef. And that part of beef, the thigh, is always very, very sweet.
Where do you pause again?
Yeah, I'm washing it. It's always good to wash your beef. Wash it very, very well before you use. It comes when you buy it from the market. The processes of carrying and
Adding some salt
must
so that
have
we
flies may have
dirt
touched
from
it.
the
So I
meat.
use
Very
salt
essential, you add
to
salt,
wash
right?
it, and I ensure that
Cleaning
it
your
is
meat.
very, very clean.
We already
Before I
have
start
everything
and
in the
cook it. So
pot. I'll just
here's
add
my
some
meat in the pot. I'm seasoning
onion
with
to
some
help
onion.
steam.
All the proteins
seasoning.
are here, and some seasoning cube too, which is very essential. I didn't add water.
So we
I don't
proceed
like
to
adding water to
washing the
season my
cocoyam.
meat. Yes. So I proceeded
actually use
to
dried
wash
one.
the cocoyams.
To make the
I've never done this for a very long time. I washed the cocoyams and I
not
peeled
peel,
it.
we can still use this.
I peeled it and I added it to the pot. To the pot of proteins that I'm steaming. See me adding the peeled cocoyam. Actually cut it in smaller sizes so that it will cook very fast. And the flavor too will go into the cocoyam. But if you just boil the cocoyam first and pound, you may not get that much flavor. Yeah, and I proceeded back to wash the bitter leaves. This is another serious task. If you know what I'm talking about. It's bitter leaves. Before you wash and get and make it, get it to a reasonable how will I even put it? Before you get it to remove the bitter taste, you'll have to wash and wash and wash and wash. But I used a trick here. And that trick is after washing for like 3 times, yeah, I boiled it. Even after boiling, it was still very bitter. Man, but it's a healthy soup. Very healthy soup. So as the meat and other proteins is cooking, maybe for like 30 minutes until when your meat is tender, I proceeded to give the bitter leaf a thorough wash. And I tasted it to see if it's okay. Haha, not lie. It's still very bitter. Very, very bitter. The bitterness of bitter leaf is good. So I proceeded to, boil it a little bit. Just boil. I boiled it for like 5 minutes. My mom will never allow me to do this. But what I go do now? Yes, so I went back to check. The cocoyams are soft and the flavor of the meat has entered. So I proceeded to pound it. If you have a blender or a food processor, good for you. But if you don't, let's do it the traditional way. I added some oil, just to give it the color. There is nothing special about this. So before you start asking me, by the way, where are you seeing this video from? Let me know in the comment section. And do me well to like the video. And subscribe to Glow and Flow Belema for more healthy African dishes. Healthy, when I mean healthy, I mean healthy. So I'm actually pounding the cocoyam so that there won't be any lump or any seed, which is very good. Even though when you put it, if you don't pound it very well, you put it in your pot and you put it in the fire, you'll be seeing some seeds and you don't like that. So I added the dried fish. I didn't add it initially because I still want it to be tender. And I added the pounded crayfish and pepper, before I introduced the pounded cocoyam. The cocoyam actually gives the soup that thick and smooth texture. Is a thickener I use. Some people actually use some other thickeners, but you won't get the taste that cocoyam gives. I added some local seasoning, ogiri. If you don't add this to your cocoyam soup, I don't know. I don't know the color of your problem, but don't mind me. So here's me mixing it to see how it is. I mixed and I stirred for some, some seconds, and I now added the bitter leaves. I added it at this point with some oil so that it will boil, and dissolve with the cocoyams. Here we are, guys. Our soup is almost ready. It's boiling very well. Now it's time to do the stir. Stir and stir and stir. See how thick the soup is.